The horizontal pull push squat for February, we're just doing a bent over row, so we've used the band for that. Like I said in the other videos, you know, the dumbbells are a better tool for the kind of loaded versions, but you can still do that. It is better if you don't have access to weights to use the rings for that horizontal ring pull. It does make it more consistent, and you're working with your body weight, and you can make it a bit heavier. You can progress to the full body weight one, like a front lever pull. But yeah, I'm using dumbbells, working that up. I like it because it can double up as a hamstring mobility exercise, as well as a spinal stability exercise with that pull. And then working up. And I use the dumbbells here. It's easy that way. I can go up by 2.5 kilos, so I can progress it that way. So if you are using weight, it is easy to do because you just increase the weight. If you're using body weight, you've got to change the version, the angle, so the angle of the pull, the position of if your feet are on the ground compared to where the rings are, does make it a little bit harder to jump versions. But you know, it's just being creative, or you know, being scientific, but being making sure that you're consistent with the way that you record it, so that way you can actually know whether you're improving or not. So the tempo as well is going to be very important, you know, how fast you lower it, so the eccentric part, how fast you lift, time under tension overall. So what I use as a method with people is if they're doing say 5 reps and they get stuck on 5 reps in a pull-up, for example, and they can't do more, and they've done 4 sets, so they just can't get to that 6th rep. On that 5th rep, when they're coming down, they go super slow, and it helps them a lot to build that strength to get to that next rep using the same load, which is their body weight. The push I put in is just a horizontal push. Using the rings, so you could do it standing. If you've got it like that, it's good to take note of how far your feet are compared to the anchor point, going this way. Then if you're going heavier and you're coming back this way, I've got the box here just to make it a bit more level with the rings. And then you can rate yourself as to how deep you go, the angles that you use, and then how far your toes are from the anchor point as well. Obviously, the further the toes are forward, the more of a planche version it's going to be. And even if you're doing a straight push-up on the ground for that, have the ring set up for your pull, it's good to take note of how far over you're going, because then it's going to be more of your upper body weight, or more of your whole body weight in the upper body pushing, whereas as you come back to this type of position in the push-up, there's more weight in the legs and the core. So that way it's going to make it a lot easier. And then the width of your hands as well will make it harder and hit the muscles differently as well. And then you can work towards turning the hands around to that full kind of planche push-up. The squat I put in is a single leg box squat. If you don't have that, you can just work on a single leg squat. Again, with working with body weight, you'll hit a point, you know, once you can do like 10 pistol squats each leg, you've kind of exhausted that unless you add weight. So if you have someone's on your shoulders, it's quite cool, or if you've got barbells or even dumbbells, you can add that weight. But the high step up position is quite good as a single leg squat variation. So you can use the calf more to assist you, and then control it on the way down as you come down. And then you want to work up to where you're not even touching the ground, but you're getting, or you're lightly tapping it, but not putting any weight on it. With these, if you're had any kind of spinal condition, you want to make sure that you're training with that neutral spine. If your spine's okay, there's no external load going into the spine, so if it rounds out a bit at that bottom range, that's fine with it. Working those 3 to 5 sets is good, and then using that 2-minute rest period, or you can change that around to a longer rest period if you're really trying to push them some more intense versions. Or if you're kind of stagnating but you can't seem to progress, you can make the rest period shorter, and that's a way to train it and make it harder. But usually if you're trying to develop strength, a longer rest period is going to work better than more 3 to 5 minute rest period. That depends what you want from the workout and how you want it to come together. So get into that. See you soon.